and yes, we're back with another video, y'all. Listen, I don't know how many times I try to find this particular video by Plot Armor, but this is not Plot Armor, this is Master Media, and I wanted to share my thoughts on this video. You guys laughed at me when I told you that Garrow was going to eventually whoop Saitama's ass. I told you that this was going to happen. Everybody laughed at me. Why am I right so many times, bro? The plot is so predictable. Even when you don't think it's going to happen, there's evidence that suggests that it's going to happen. He's going to whoop his ass. He's not going to beat him, but he's going to put the beats on Saitama. And I told you guys that that was going to happen. Everybody laughed. I tried to warn you. I tried to warn you. Why can't Saitama, even if he's holding back, he always holds back, bro. He always holds back. Remember the Seeking? He wasn't trying. He just threw a punch. How many times has he hit in Garrow? How many times he hit Burrows? And Burrows exploded. Feel me? From his hits. How many times that's happened, bro? How many times he's hit Garrow while holding back? He's been holding back the entire season, bro. The entire first 3 seasons, he's been holding back. And look what I'm telling you. Garou was too strong for Saitama to actually one-shot, bro. I told you guys this. You did not listen to me. I tried to warn you. But Garou is a lot stronger than Burrows. He is. He is. The evidence suggests that he is. How many times has Saitama hit Burrows? And he kept getting splattered everywhere. How many times? How many times he hit Garrow and Garrow still kept getting up and getting stronger every single time? I told you, I tried to warn you, bro. Anyway, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let's check it out.
The mega fight of the century is finally here. God Garrow versus Saitama. In the most recent chapter of One Punch Man,
He stole his powers.
cosmic god monster grants Garrow just a sliver, just a taste of his power, making Garrow so powerful that before, when he wasn't even able to scratch Saitama, is able to completely blow him away. This Garrow can use any source of power from the entire universe. He can also replicate literally anything, including Saitama's own attacks, in which he replicates Saitama's consecutive normal punches, clashing with Saitama's own consecutive normal punches, creating nuclear explosions of atomic energy. Never mind Burrows, this is Saitama's new toughest opponent to date in the One Punch Man story.
Why am I right? I'm right, bro. I be right all the time. It's hard being right all the time, bro. I swear it is. I feel like heavenly, bro. It's hard being right. It's hard. It's real hard. Pause. It's real hard being right all the time, bro. People just gotta listen to me, bro, when I say certain stuff. Because then when it comes to reality, they're like, oh shit, Sue was right. I know I'm right.
In the finale of Saitama vs. Burrows, Burrows uses his final technique, the collapsing star roaring cannon, in which he unleashes all...
That sounds like Burrows' move. Collapsing star roaring cannon. That sounds like the gamma burst thing that he was trying to...
his power enough to destroy an entire planet. But in this chapter, we saw Garrow unleash power even way further beyond that. This version of Garrow has no pity or remorse. He no longer has any sense of humanity left inside him. He threw it all to the wind. He said, sorry, Terrio, it's time to conduct absolute evil. This is the true Garrow from the webcomic in terms of mentality.
Now, people are going to start saying, oh, God Garrow could fuck with Goku and Vegeta. I'm going to let you in on a little something. Just because you could copy Ultra Ego and Ultra Instinct don't mean that you're going to be elite at it. And even then, it's not going to make you strong like them. Like, we've seen Moro try to do the same thing, copy Ultra Instinct, and look what Goku did to him. That's all I got to say.
Although the webcomic version did not have an infusion from God, this one did. And this infusion from God, just a sliver of his power, is able to make his punches atomic explosions, and also he's able to use Gamma Ray Burst, an ability of such destructive power would have easily destroyed the Earth.
Hey, but how come it didn't destroy the Earth? Because if it was that strong, it would have destroyed the planet, right?
And as we get an explanation here, it's an explosion that occurs at the end of the life of a massive star, and it's the largest, most powerful explosive phenomenon that has ever been confirmed in the universe. A massive star, basically supernova. A supernova could probably wipe out an entire solar system, and whereas Boros' ability could only destroy a planet. So I think this is easy confirmation here.
Okay, so I would suggest that attack can destroy the planet, but it didn't. So, like, are we saying that he's planetary? Because I don't think Boros was even planetary. I think he was just Earth surface level, but it didn't destroy the surface. And it didn't really hit Saitama. Saitama really punched it. With this attack, Saitama got hit directly with it. And it didn't, like, destroy half of the planet. It didn't even do anything. It didn't do nothing to the planet. Like, it just hit Saitama. So I'm like, I thought it would be like, one of those things where it just, destroyed half the planet or some shit like that. Or like, I would have said
God Garrow is far stronger than Boros. And this is
I said that
because it means that the battle between Saitama and God Garrow is going to be absolutely exceptional, heart-pounding, and exciting. And when God Garrow shoots this blast, Saitama jumps up into the air so that it won't hit the earth, because he knows it could be extremely dangerous. And by taking the brunt of this gigantic blast, you're led to believe that Saitama just got evaporated, although webcomic readers know this isn't the case, because there are some extremely epic moves, serious moves, like serious table flip, which are coming up. But first, Garou is going to battle the rest of the S-rank heroes. Everyone is going to stand up against Garou in a last-ditch final stand against him and get completely and utterly obliterated. Garou, who has the special ability to essentially copy any technique simply because he knows the water stream rock smashing fist from Bang, is now, because of God's power infusion, able to replicate not only martial arts techniques, but any flow of energy or behavior of all forces in the entire universe, potentially gravity, supernovas, etc. Meaning that God Garrou's...
Yeah, he's basically universal. Oh, shit. He ain't destroyed, none of that shit, though. Like, he didn't do, I mean, technically speaking, if you want to say Garrow's universal, I'll let you slide with that. But he still ain't destroyed planet, even having all that power. Like, he didn't do nothing. But he's way stronger than Boros, though. I'm not gonna. I said that, though. I told people that Garou was stronger than Boros. Why nobody ever listens to shit that I say? And I'm right. Listen to when Sue speaks, because I'm right.
Power is to use any force of nature in the entire universe. He has reached peak universal level. There should be...
Basically, now, Garou is universal. That's ridiculous.
Nothing in the entire universe that is stronger than him unless it breaks the laws of physics. And I think Saitama is able to do that. Now, he uses nuclear fission.
That would mean that Saitama is now scaled. If we're scaling correctly, Garou is universal. And if he's dumping Garou, that means that Saitama is above universal now.
Able to harness the power of nuclear fission and thrust it into an explosion. Now, I don't know if this is a mistranslation because nuclear fusion and nuclear fission are very different, but same concept here, I guess. The explosion connects, and look at that titanic, marvelous art of that nuclear explosion. This is the power of a single punch from Garou. Even the humans close by think that this is a nuclear attack. No, it's just one guy's punch, and that's not even Saitama. Now, interestingly enough, Psychos does come back. She's probably going to have another battle here, but she sees the blast going off, and she says that this is the same energy spheres as Homeless Emperor, this divine power, meaning that Homeless Emperor probably also had some sort of force of nature, power like this, within the laws of physics. His explosions were probably some sort of nuclear fission as well. Saitama's outfit gets blown up pretty bad. He's like, what the hell, man? You completely messed up my outfit. To which Garou says, I feel like I can do anything now, and that's because he basically can't. He can copy any technique that happens in nature. It seems that he just simply can't break the laws of physics. And this allows him to even replicate Saitama's own consecutive normal punches. So when you see Saitama's face in his own, he is basically creating a mirror image of Saitama's techniques, presumably meaning that he could also do a serious punch. And
oh, so that means that he's kind of like Moro. He's kind of like Moro now, okay.
If we see a serious punch for a serious punch, damn, that's exciting. I mean, oh my god, I want to see that. Now, interestingly enough, Garrow's consecutive normal punches are able to clash evenly with Saitama's, but I do believe that this is because Saitama is holding back. He had promised Terrio that he wouldn't go all out and hurt Garrow, but now it seems like he doesn't really have any other option, as Garrow has become so insanely strong that he's a threat to the entire planet. And as Garrow correctly states, this is the first time someone has matched Saitama in an exchange of blows. And because of Garrow's exceptional technique, any move that he copies, he'll be able to perfect way faster than the original user, meaning eventually, he thinks anyway, that Saitama will start losing using his own techniques. Now, Saitama did not take any damage, but he did get scratched. I mean, he looks really dirty and beat up, but he doesn't seem to be acknowledging that he actually physically took any damage.
Yeah, and here's the thing, right? So that would mean that nobody has ever caused this much damage or whatever Saitama got going on right now to him. Nobody has ever done that besides Garou. So that means that he's getting closer. So he just needs another edge, another power up, and I feel like, yeah, it's pretty much a wrap for Saitama. Yeah.
He's just a little upset because he told Terrio he wouldn't get scratched. It's at this time that Garou unleashes his all-life Eradication fist. Now, this seems to be a step even beyond the Godslayer fist from the webcomic. Because Garou has this infusion of power from God now, he has all-life Eradication fist. You can see him charging up this cataclysmic energy of a supernova and unleashing it in two different directions. It appears that Saitama ate the entirety of that blast, and now Garou is facing off against the S-rank heroes who are all battered, beaten, and bruised, and have absolutely no way of fighting him and no way of escaping. Now, it is very possible that Blast and Boros will come and fight him for a little bit, but I think if Murata and One want to follow the continuity of the webcomic, they're going to have Flashy Flash and Zombie Man and Tank Top Master. Everybody else is going to try and fight against him. I mean, it's going to be like 25 versus 1, but Garou should be able to completely destroy them in a literal instant. Garou has finally achieved his dream. He has become absolute evil, and he looks up into the sky and says thank you to God for finally allowing him to let go of his humanity and become the absolute evil monster that he always desired to be. I love this shot here of Garou.
Oh, that looks cool.
I think his form looks incredibly powerful, and I think it's great, to be honest. I think Murata did a great depiction of how he would look based on the one webcomic. He just feels threatening. It's at this point that Bang crawls over and sees Garou, and he's like, what have you become? Because Bang remembers that in the last strike of their battle, he felt Garou break through and awaken and like regain some sense of his humanity. So he's like, what happened here? Did that monster do this to you? And we get something really interesting, and I'm not sure if I like this or not, because it leaves so much more room for Garou could have been even more powerful. He says, no, the god didn't do something to me. He offered me power in your form. We get to see what happened in the last chapter when the evil god Bang lent out his hand to Garou. We thought Garou grabbed his hand and took his power, but no, he literally just smacked God's hand away. But God explains, that's enough. You touched me, and just because you touched me, I can give you a sliver of my power. So interestingly, even though Garou had no outs to defeat Saitama, and God was literally lending his hand to Garou to give him the power to potentially take on Saitama and beat him, Garou still, at this state, maintained his pride and his senses and smacked God's hand away and said no. He didn't want to become God's fiddle, as he says in his own words. But by touching God's hand and smacking it away, God says, I will make you my avatar, and then disappeared in the blink of an eye. Garrow is saying that I nearly lost consciousness from the intense flow of power going throughout my entire body. And that's when Garrow gives us an explanation as to what his true powers are in this form. As he explains to Bang, Bang's teaching of the Water Stream Rock Smashing Fist is to feel the flow of energy and become one with it. And because of that, he's been able to succeed in controlling, being able to feel the flow and manipulation of any energy, essentially in the entire universe now, thanks to God. Additionally, he managed not to become the God's puppet, and he can act now on his own free will while also still maintaining a sliver of God's power, just enough to make his punches turn into nuclear explosions and be able to shoot out supernovas from his hands. Garrow has finally achieved absolute evil. He has all of the powers of the entire universe, and he says goodbye to Terrio and also goodbye to his humanity as he walks towards the helpless heroes, saying it's time to conduct.
Oh shit!
The battle between Saitama and Garrow will probably continue in about 4 chapters from now. We're gonna have Garrow versus the S-rank heroes, potentially Garrow.
Why are you gonna have this man fight? Hold on, I'm sorry for interrupting. Why are you gonna have this man fight these weak ass mother? Like, come on, bro. That don't even make sense. Don't have him bully them, bro. Come on, bro. Get Saitama back in there, cause Blaz, Boros, even though Boros ain't right. Just come on, bro. Come on.
Versus Blast and Boros, and then Psychos versus Tatsumaki. So it appears that we're going to go on a little hiatus before Saitama comes back and the real final battle begins.
Oh, well, we've been waiting for this fight. You know, God Garrow is actually universal now. That's crazy. Wow. Well, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe and smash that like button for your boys. For your boy Soup, and we're out of here, y'all. Peace.
Yeah.